Hi, my name's Chris, and today I'll be talking to you about financial empowerment for students. So financial empowerment is a combination of two things: economic stability and emotional well-being. And what do those even mean? So economic stability is understanding where and how you're using your money, and emotional well-being is the motivating factor for staying on top of that. It's what brings you joy, it's your goals, and it's your long-term satisfactions. Loans. Your loans are for your educational expenses. They're an investment in your future. Loans are borrowed money, and most jobs pay per hour, so you can really think about your loans as borrowed time, not borrowed money. Earn more money, spend less. Everyone wants to do that. How do you do that when you're basically taking out loans and going in debt to go to school? A lot of schools offer work-study programs. Earn a wage to network with people, build your resume, and work in the field that you're studying in to gain some already hands-on experience and learn more about it if it is what you're wanting to go into. So scholarships and grants are basically free money that you get through writing essays or filling out questionnaires. It's a great opportunity to grow your writing skills. You're not going to always get all the ones you apply for, but that's not really it is the goal, but honing your skills, honing your writing skills, that should be what you're focusing on. Lots of places to look: your workplace, your parents' workplace, online, local businesses. They love helping local people. Most essays revolve around similar questions, and you can tweak them for different applications. And it's best to know the audience you're writing for so your story can help them sell their brand. So budget and expense tracking. This is the most important habit and skill you can learn. You won't be able to save any money unless you know where you're spending it at. You don't know where you can cut costs at when you're not tracking it. And there's two applications that I personally use. There's Mint and there's Monefy. Mint is through TurboTax, the company that does TurboTax, and it automates and categorizes the expenses you do. The next one, Monefy, you don't have to input any information, any personal banking information. You set up different categories, you name them, you can choose icons that are already on there, and it teaches intentionality with tracking your money. The 1 week budget by the Budgetnista. It's a great resource. It's 7 days, a few steps each day, and it's about same thing with tracking your expenses and then figuring out where your money's going, figuring out what you can cut. Food cost. On-campus food is going to be one of your most expensive things to do, but it's going to be so convenient, especially if you're crammed with classes, or you already live on campus. You might already have a food plan that incorporates 3 meals a day. But on-campus food is going to be the most convenient, but also the most expensive. Packing your own food is going to be the most cost-effective thing for you. You're going to save a lot of money in the long run. Your food is your mood. Make healthy food choices. And of course, with any sort of living situation, if you have enough sunlight, you can definitely grow your own food. Some campuses have community gardens there, and you can learn gardening skills. You can gain fresh produce from volunteering there, and they'll teach you how to do it all. Frugal travel and commuting. Biking and walking obviously are going to be so helpful for your health and the health of the environment. Taking the bus is going to allow you to review study notes, listen to podcasts, listen to music. The most costly is going to be driving, and I have to do that for my school because of where I live. But you can still use that for positive growing time with listening to podcasts. You can also carpool with people, which would be so dope. Networking. Housing is going to be your second largest expense. So there's a lot of different options that you have for housing. You can do on campus or off campus. On campus is usually going to be dormitories or college provided housing, and that has its own pros and cons. So the pros for on campus housing, it's close to all school amenities. You have your cafeteria, your classes, library. You have a support structure like your resident assistant, your RA, a social network, your roommates, flatmates, your friends. You're going to have an amazing network there. The cons is that you're going to be paying a lot for that convenience. You might not have a kitchen, so you only can rely on microwaving your food or the cafeteria. And there are a lot of rules, quiet hours, who you can have over, you can't drink or smoke. So there are definitely things to weigh there for on-campus housing. The second one is going to be off-campus housing. You have so many options. Houses, apartment complexes, room shares, so someone has a house, they're looking to rent you a room, that's an option. Possibly have roommate choices. But the cons of off-campus housing is that you're more likely going to pay for utilities, rent, and the commute length is going to greatly change. But with that, you have more flexibility to do really whatever you want, depending on what the lease parameters are. So you always need to read your lease. The last one, you can live with your parents. So that would be basically food cost free, rent free. You have a support structure that you've always had, your parents, your family members. But of course, the cons are there's a lot less independence. You still have rules to follow. Maybe your parents are going to charge you some rent and food cost fees. They're going to be a lot lower than any of these other options. But it's something to do, and a lot of people are doing it because you save a tremendous amount of money. And that's about all I have for us on financial empowerment for students. Feel free to drop me any questions, like and subscribe. So let's chat, let's figure out how we can support each other.